You're tuned into another video. Happy Wednesday to everybody. Today, I was just thinking about just life, my life experiences, things that just happened in the past, and something that came up was just the dark night of the soul. Please comment down below if any of you guys ever experienced that, the dark night of the soul. It's a tough time, man. It's a time of grief, sadness, confusion. What triggered my dark night of the soul was at the end of my relationship with the narcissist that was in my life. Once, we went through the separation in regards to her moving out and, me having the place for the rest of her lease and just kind of figuring things out from there. One day I just woke up and I just felt different. I felt like I was out of place. I didn't know where to go, where to turn to. Just reflecting on just my time with the narcissist and just my lifestyle in general. Just realizing to myself, like, wow, I just wasted a lot of time. There's a lot of things that were just kind of bringing me down and not elevating me the way that God intends it to be, excuse me. It was just it was just a moment of just reflecting on my priorities and just realizing the things that I was doing, the people I was hanging out with, like there's no benefit to it. There's no forward momentum, forward progression in my life. I just felt like I was too busy hanging out with people who I thought were my friends, too busy, partying with these people who were toxic, that, weren't on the same wavelength as far as goals and ambitions. Just, like I said, just wasting time. And, after that separation, it was just a moment of just kind of just laying in my room. Literally, I would just lay there all day, especially if I didn't have to work. Just laying there, just thinking, just, deja vu moment, if you want to call it that. And it just was a time where I was literally just praying to God for just clarity and help, asking Him to help me through this storm, this confusion I was dealing with, because I just didn't feel like myself. I know they say what triggers the dark night of the soul is typically like a traumatic experience, and ultimately, depending on how long you're with narcissists or toxic individuals for that matter, there's always some type of trauma in the mix, and definitely after the separation and breakup, it's normal to go through a traumatic experience after the fact. And, it just made me realize that I, just by the choices I was making, because, no one forced me to get entangled with these people, but it has forced me to realize that, I wasn't in alignment with God the way that I needed to be. And it was just his way of showing me that, He's here, and He's here to mend the pieces that were broken. Because I felt shattered. I felt isolated. I couldn't really talk to anyone about what I was experiencing, because a lot of people that I know never gone through most of my experiences that I have dealt with. So I just felt like the only person I could talk to is God. And, of course, talk to myself to motivate myself just to keep pushing forward. And my dark night of the soul experience, I'd say it lasted about 3 days, 4 days. The first 2 days, that was the most intense. That's when I just definitely, all I wanted to do was just make food, watch TV, or watch a movie, and that was pretty much it. Just the motivation wasn't there. But after my experience going through the dark night of the soul, I just felt just uplifted. I felt my spirit just cleansed, and just felt a warmth that I can't remember feeling ever. Or if anything, it's been a long time feeling that great feeling of this God's comfort. And it just motivated me to start living my life with more purpose, with more intent, and, you know, not be like the everyday person. Nothing wrong with having fun, you know, nothing wrong with going out and, you know, hanging out with people, but just more focused on my spiritual growth, because that's what it's about, and that's what the Dark Night of the Soul showed me. That's what God showed me, that, you know, this is a spiritual walk, and with him all things are possible. And it just shaped my mind, and, you know, made me a lot better off going forward in life. But it was tough. And just so you know that it's a common thing. I feel like a lot of people have experienced it, and out of those people, some people probably don't know what it's called or what they're experiencing. But leave comments down below if any guys experience anything similar to what I expressed, because, you know, I know I'm not the only one. And during this time, you know, it's easy to get lost into feeding your flesh with things like you're depressed, and, you know, sometimes people decide to drink or something just to ease the pain, but it doesn't do you any good in the long run. You just gotta let it ride out. That's the best advice I can give you. Just let it ride out, and, you know, focus on your relationship with God, and, you know, seek his face, seek his righteousness through prayer. That's the best way to overcome it. And I'm telling you, you'll just feel better, especially when you start, you know, putting your energy and your time into things that you enjoy. You'll start to find just a new meaning in life, a new meaning that you have never experienced before. And it's just God's way of preparing you for the next level. Well, thank you everyone who's watched this video. About to walk inside the gym, get this good workout in. Hope you guys are staying dry. Until next time, peace.